talking about?
Is it filming?
Yes, go.
Okay, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is my very first cooking video, so bear with me. I am going to teach you guys how to make my highly requested chicken wings. I posted them on my story all the time. I see all the requests. So I'm just gonna give you guys the recipe, give it to you how I do it. It's very simple, delicious, it's a hit, and it's a very versatile recipe because you can really add any flavor to it you want and add your own spin to it. But these chicken wings never fail. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so first we want to start with the ingredients. Of course, you're gonna need your chicken wings. I prefer to buy organic if you can, if not, it's fine, whatever you can get, but your chicken wings. And then a key ingredient to this recipe is baking powder. So you're gonna need some baking powder. Now, I'm really big on seasoning. It's preferably whatever you have at home that you wanna throw in, whatever flavor you wanna go with. I for sure recommend salt, pepper, paprika, and garlic powder if you have. I like to add a little bit of my own flair to it. So I add some lemon pepper, some seasoned pepper, some Miss Dash, some garlic powder, a little bit of Cajun spice that's gonna substitute for my paprika since we ran out, a little bit of Creole, and some Lawry's. I am not shy on my seasoning at all. You guys will see. I also don't really measure out. I go by appearance. So we'll get to that part, but you definitely want your seasonings. The more, the better. A lot of this stuff does have a little bit of salt in it, but not anything is too much salt. So that's why when you combine all of it, it's not too salty. So yeah, you want your seasonings. Another key thing that you need in this recipe is one of these baking trays. If you don't have this, you should get this to make your chicken wings because this is what helps us get the crispy texture and bake it in the oven. You're gonna need a cooking sheet. We're making a YouTube video.
What?
Chicken wings.
Girl, I got chicken wings.
You're gonna like mine better.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, okay, so now we have our ingredients. I'm going to heat the oven and I'm going to put it at 425. I wanna start heating the oven, getting it hot before we start the process of the chicken. So 425 on your oven.
Oh, that's the Minnesota apron?
Yeah, I'm about to put it on.
My mom, that's my mom's. My mom, she only wore what she cooked every time.
That's what I heard. I heard that.
My mom
your
made sure she
loves
wore
to
an
wear
apron
this.
every time she cooked.
Well, let's get you a little bit more presentable for our YouTube video.
I don't give a
Okay, you wanna put my apron on for me?
How the hell?
I think it's just,
What the?
now you wanna tie my
This is crazy.
Okay, so once your oven is on bake at 425, we're going to prepare the chicken wings. I know everyone has their own way of you should wash chicken, not wash chicken. I personally, in my life, my family, my culture, we wash our chicken. So I'm gonna wash my chicken. What I do, I take the chicken out, I have it soak in water and vinegar for a few minutes, and then I rinse it off and pat dry. So I'm gonna go wash this chicken. I'll be back. My trays are prepared just to prep the wings. So you wash them, you dry them out, and now you're going to put them in a big bowl to add all the flavor, the seasonings, and the baking powder. So the way I transfer my wings into the bowl is normally with a tongue or my hands, but I just want to touch the chicken at the least amount possible, just because personally I don't like touching the meat raw. And also, if you see any like wetness, you can just dry it as you pick it up. I before used to not use gloves, and I noticed that the smell would get trapped in my nails and stuff. It's pretty gross. So I recommend either using gloves or tongs or whatever. This part gets a little tricky because I just kind of gauge it how much chicken I have and how much seasoning to put. So you can kind of just season at your own liking. But you can just watch how I do it and kind of go from there. But I have a lot of chicken in here, and seasoning either falls off or doesn't fully coat everything. So I'm very generous with my seasoning. Think about how we have like layers of chicken. So I want to make sure I put enough that the chicken is fully coated. We're gonna put the mustache. This doesn't have any salt in it, so you can be generous with this as well. It's not gonna be too salty. A little bit of lemon pepper, because why not? I love this seasoning. It is great on everything. Definitely does make you sneeze though. And I know this looks like a lot, but trust me, trust the process. And put up, a little bit of onion powder. And then I'm gonna just top it off with a little bit of salt. So for the final, we're gonna take our baking powder. This is the only thing that I'll probably should give you a somewhat measurement. I'm gonna take a spoon. Going to add the baking powder, I just took this is a pretty big spoon, but I took this and I'm gonna dump it in here. You want to make sure there's enough to coat all of your chicken because this works as an agent in making it crispy. And now that we layered on all of the seasonings and the baking powder, I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to mix it all together. And you'll notice that the seasonings, they're all at the top, but as you start mixing it, it's not as much as you think. See how it's like not even fully coated, like how it looked before. You're just gonna take them one by one and lay them down on the tray. It's best to do it with the most skin facing the top, so you're gonna eventually flip it over. Honestly, when I cook, I be hella focused. Like, I'm locked in. I think cooking is very therapeutic. Honestly, I love to cook. I don't mind. When Carl asks me to cook, I don't mind it at all. Let me tell you, if somebody likes chicken wings, they're gonna love these, for sure. And the beauty of this recipe is that you're still eating something that's semi-healthy because it's just chicken. You're not adding anything extra than just flavor and chicken, and you still get the crispy skin without frying it, without having to put flour or anything else. So it's a pretty solid recipe, and if you're trying to stay on the healthier side, you still can get away with eating this. And honestly, the stuff that I added, the seasoning, there's salt in it, but it's not too salty. So the more, the better. So another tip is that a lot of chicken wings don't come cut like this already or this small. So if you have the bigger wings, what I do is I cut it in half, and then it normally has that extra little leg on it. I cut that off, and then you'll get them to this size. Luckily, they were already cut for me, so I didn't have to cut them today. But I personally don't like big chicken wings. Also, guys, like, these make your house smell so good as you're baking it. We're pretty much ready for the oven. What I do, I like to add just a little bit of razzle dazzle on top, just a little extra seasoning. You don't have to, but I just like to sprinkle a little bit of lemon pepper on top. Lemon pepper wings are my favorite, so And I'm going to add a dash of this Lawry's seasoning salt because I didn't add it in the beginning. I'm telling you guys, you might be like, shit, that's a lot, but in the end it tastes really good. Especially also when you cook it, I feel like it bakes off a little bit because of the tray and everything. So these look really good. They're ready for the oven. So your oven is preheated to 425. You're gonna put these bad boys in for about 35 to 40 minutes, and then you're gonna flip them. So right now we're gonna set our timer to 35 minutes and we're gonna put them in the oven. And after 35 minutes, we're gonna take them out and flip them and put them in for another 30. Okay guys, so I just finished the chicken wings. You cook them for about a little bit over an hour. I let them sit on the tray for about 5-10 minutes, let them cool down. And then you take them, you can toss them in sauce, you can eat them how they are, which are really good. And it's done, it's simple. But I'm letting them cool right now, and then I'm going to take them off the rack and plate them. Okay guys, so I hope you love this video. This is the finished chicken wing recipe and they look so good. I'm so excited for everyone to eat dinner. I added a little bit of sauce to this one I kept simple. Both delicious. Make sure you tag me if you tried this recipe. Let me know your thoughts. If you add your own spin to it, I would love to see pictures. But yeah, subscribe, follow, stay tuned for more recipe videos. And I hope you guys enjoy this nice and simple recipe. Cheers again. Chef's kiss.